What's up, Rams? I'm Ryan Crist, and we're back on another fantastic Thursday talking all things entertainment. Taylor Swift, super pop star who is adored by many fans, has one super fan who may have took it too far. A Connecticut man robbed a bank so he can impress his crush, Taylor Swift. He drove to a Rhode Island house, taking the money that he recently stole and threw it over the gate in an attempt to impress her. Police said it seems he was attempting to propose to her. This man threw roughly $1,600 over the fence once arrested by the police. He faced a $1,000 bond, and now, I don't know why he did this. I mean, usually when a guy has a crush, there's plenty of good moves. Text them weird emojis, ramble about Star Wars, laugh about their jokes, even if they're not funny. Just laugh at everything. Just be safe. Don't rob a bank. All I can say about this is, Taylor, look what you made him do. For all the people out there who like to run, no matter what temperature is, like, I swear, I don't understand. You like running, but there's like 5 feet of snow on the ground. What are you doing? Anyways, for those people, the annual Horsetooth Marathon will be this weekend, where over 1,600 people will be racing this year, including the first, second, and third place winner from last year. This race will start at the old home of the Rams at Hughes Stadium and will go to the eastern shore of Horsetooth to finally end at New Belgium Brewing. If for another strange reason you want to be a gym teacher, there are plenty of places to sit and watch people run. The best place is at the top of Monster Mountain. The Ramskeller got an upgrade this past weekend where they will now be brewing their own beers. This new state-of-the-art facility is for the fermentation science major and was made happen by a mix of alumni, engineering students, and the Ramskeller. This brew house was donated to CSU by Molten Coors. Once he donated the main parts of the facility, the engineer students helped the fermentation science program to set up the brew house. Tony Frank at the Laurie Student Center said the craft brewing industry is a big part of Colorado's economy. This facility will be training brewers starting next semester. We all know CSU has a drag show, but did you know it's the largest in Colorado?
I'm excited to see the drag show!
At the LSC Ballroom, the biannual drag show is going on, where professionals, students, and performers from RuPaul's Drag Race came to perform. At the start of the night, the host challenged the audience to see if they could raise more money than last semester. They wanted to hit $1,400 and blew that out of the water with raising over $2,000 for the Pride Resource Center.
I mean, even when talking with friends and stuff at CSU, a lot of people were very unaware that there was one. Or they were like, oh man, I've never been able to go to a show. It provides a really safe space on campus to be like, let's do it. And not only are we going to do it, but let's make it big and let's make it grow. So.
For some of the queens at the show, it is more than just a performance.
It's really addicting. I love the high that I get from performing and the energy and seeing the people's faces just light up, especially people that are new, that have never been to a drag show. To give them that energy and give them that power that they feel like, oh my God, this is amazing, like I felt when I first saw my first drag show. So that's my goal every time.
Performance, every song that I do, it has some meaning, some reminiscence of something when I was little. Just having that, I mean, anyone, it was the old saying that people will probably forget what you wore, how you look, what you said, but they won't forget how you made them feel. So as long as you have that euphoric moment with them, that's like the best feeling to me, having that energy, that exchange of energies with your audience.
The drag show is every semester, so if you missed this semester, it will be back in the fall. Now I'm joined here with Jame Fuerte, who was a choreographer for this year's drag show. So thank you for being on the show, Jame.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So I guess starting off, so you choreographed what we saw in that video. So when went into the production of the choreograph?
Yeah, it's really interesting. When you're setting up the choreography, not only do you have to be thinking about the moves and the formation changes, but you have to take a bit of a director's approach, right? So I have to take into consideration the costumes, the lighting, the stage, and the type of crowd that we are performing for, right? So the drag show typically encourages a lot of that energy, a lot of that freedom, and that creativity on stage, and it heals. So
that's awesome. So tell me a bit about your performance. So this is one of the largest drag shows in Colorado, and what was it like performing for that many people?
Yeah, so it's really great because not only is it in front of a large amount of people, but majority of the people who come to the show, it is their first time coming. And so when you know that about your audience and you're trying to find choreography that's fun and friendly and non-competitive, you have to just keep in mind that a lot of these people, you want to make sure that they're entertained and that they're happy to come back and tell their friends about it. So
That's awesome. And kind of going back into your show, of course, you said that you were in heels for it. So what was it like designing a show with dancing in heels?
yeah, so it's really interesting. So I'm a dance major here at CSU, and so most of my training is composed of ballet and modern technique. And what's really great about the drag show is I get to perform a different type of choreography and a style, which is what you saw in that short clip, is a bit of hip hop and jazz fusion mixed together. So it's really great being in heels because it has a really awesome sense of power and performance, and there's a really great sense of happiness that comes along with that. So, yeah.
And I guess going more about the drag show, so I don't know if many other college campuses have a drag show like this. What does that kind of mean to have a drag show on campus?
Yeah, so I'm glad that you mentioned that because a lot of the, I think I'm sure CSU is the only campus that does host a drag show. And so what that means for me as a student here is that it really goes to show that my university cares about me as an individual and about the identities that I share. And the fact that this university supports this space for me to have that freedom, it's really powerful. And it has been much easier to find my sense of belonging here for that reason.
Wow, that's really powerful. And I'm glad that CSU does that every year.
Yeah, twice.
I know, right?
Twice every year.
Twice, you're right, every semester.
Yeah.
So kind of talking more about the drag show, you've done this for 2 semesters now, correct?
Yeah, correct.
So have you ever been noticed or recognized in public?
Oh, it's funny that you mentioned that. So the CSU, the collegiate here, they do a wonderful job covering the drag show. And I think for that reason, we had a really good opportunity to, because of that presence, there were several times in class where students would take pictures of me on Snapchat and asked to take pictures with me with them. So it's been a really awesome opportunity just walking into class and to kind of be familiarized with some of the, or get to introduced to some of the students in the class. Yeah. So,
going off with that, you know, people coming up to you and these opportunities, what would you say to anyone who's kind of who wants to get into drag but maybe doesn't know where the first step would be?
Yeah, so my recommendation, my suggestion would be to just come and check it out for the first time. I would definitely go in with an open mind, an open heart, and be ready to be entertained and to be in a positive space, because that's what it's all about. So.
And kind of last question, are you, of course, are you going to be in it next semester?
Absolutely.
Are you already getting ready? Do you know what you're going to be doing? More heels or?
You know, yeah, I was listening to music and I have a couple of songs picked out, and so anybody who's coming to the show next semester is definitely going to be entertained. That's for sure.
Awesome. Well, I will definitely be looking forward to that, Jame. Thank you so much for coming on to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, Rams, that's all the time I have for tonight. Make sure to stay tuned for Monday Night Sports Show and have a great weekend, Rams.